technique in the Kenpo Karate for Kids curriculum is snapping wrist, and this brings us into the brown stripe. Now we're coming into the last two levels. We have, up to this point, completed everything you need for the escape set, kind of built all the basics up for those forms, and now with brown stripe, we're going to have the last techniques that you need in order to complete Advanced Form 1. So as we finish this level, you'll have all the steps that go into Advanced Form 1. The first one we're going to look at here would be technique number 5. So this one immediately follows weaving maces as it's completed here in, sorry, not weaving maces, as glancing fist, as it's completed in brown stripe here as the fourth one, and then we have snapping wrist. Now on snapping wrist, this one is a two-hand wrist grab, and it's both direct. So the attacker is grabbing both wrists here directly. And what we're going to do in this case here, it's kind of like our begging hands from the adult curriculum. We're going to punch forward, then immediately pull back to a cat stance, and both hands come up with vertical outward blocks. You also see this in our basic form 5. Does this kind of downward block, immediately retracting with this cat stance and vertical outward block. It only does one arm, and now we're doing two, seeing an application for that movement. So they've got your wrist here. As you punch forward in the grip, the lower side of the hand will tighten up to kind of keep you from being able to punch out of that grip. But as it does, over by the thumb, it'll relax a little bit so that you can then turn the wrist, peeling out of the hold. And that's with both sides at the same time. So punch forward, pull back into a cat stance, and I'll practice just as much first, snapping wrist to get out of the hold. Once they're accustomed to that, getting out of the hold, the follow-up from here is going to be cat stance to a front kick to the abdomen, followed by a left front kick also to the abdomen. Two front kicks, and then they can make their escape that way. So again, in practice and application for class, they make their escapes, and it's front kick to the abdomen, and then they can make their escape. Of course, in real life application here, if they've got to do this to get out, then these targets are going to be to the groin. If it's an adult that we're dealing with, they're going to make an escape. But they're not going to do that to someone that's of the same age there. They're not going to kick someone in the groin twice for just having grabbed a hold of them. But if an adult comes and does that, all bets are off. And they're going to take that very seriously. They're going to learn to step back, punch down, pull back to this cat stance, and both arms coming up, vertical outward blocks. This is also a defensive position, kind of protecting your face. But in doing so, you're getting yourself out of that wrist grab as it peels out both sides all at once. That's snapping wrist. Get free first, then a right kick, left kick in sequence, and then make your escape. One more time, snapping wrist is out, right, left, and then run as fast as you can. And that is in our brown belt curriculum, and it shows up in our Advanced Form 1 in the section that will be going up and down the straight part of the eye format there in the footwork.